legacy transcends 400 years of European captivity. This is my history, rooted in African spirituality, preaching and teaching to love the original self, respect nature, ancestor veneration, seek the righteous path to knowledge, wisdom and understanding of life and death, because we live forever. As long as our children speak about our African legacy, this is my history. From Amenhotep to Malcolm X, from Hatshepsut to Assata Shakur, from the Orisha to Kwanzaa, from Cairo to the Cape, from Cuba to Trinidad and Tobago, from Asia to Australia, from the beginning of time to infinity, this is my history. Nubian, Kemitian, Ashanti, Wolof, Hausa, Yoruba, Zulu, African people, black people, my people, our people. Now when I speak of black, I mean color, culture, and spiritual consciousness. To know that self-knowledge is key to our liberty in this war against Euro-American South African brutality. This is my history. This is my history. Them say what is to be must be. Life is but a continuous cycle. But now I speak, we write in foreign tongues because they came, they saw, they conquer. Genocide I roots mine. Like the devil they stole we land. Kidnap we soul for pieces of gold. Rape me mother, behead my father, castrate me brother, lust for me sister. This is my history. Victims of European pirates of the seven seas, who came in boats from ships, sailed by heroes of Caucasian descendants. Sir Francis Drake, Henry Morgan, Cristobal Colon, Henry the Navigator, John Hawkins, who stripped us and packed us like rats in hulls of slave ship, a free trip down Atlantic lane, to experience only sorrow and pain. This is my history. This is my history. Once living in high society, wild beast of Yulan with baton in hand, remind me of 20th century Babylon. From the cave they sprang with the assistance of an African, only to wreak havoc in foreign land. Talking about Ice Age people, European people, British, French, Dutch, Spanish, Portuguese, white people. Now when I speak of white, I mean those racist crackers who plot to annihilate my story. This is my history. This is my history. Telling her story, because in essence I am she and she is me. As godlike beings, let us restore our strength and power. Know right from wrong. Teach the youth the truth about him African roots. This is my history. So don't be pessimistic, because all is not lost. Since I stand before you, moving and grooving to revolutionary sounds invoked by my lost but found spiritual self. So picture a scene of the moon and the sun, because that is truly she and me. This is my history.
Hey. wash my sheets. I don't miss you, baby. Miss you. I don't miss you, baby. Can you please come home?
Hey, yo, hey. Beware the six-pack coming down your track like that. Check the mic, 1, 2. The 6-yard train comes through. Quicker than a Pentium data for the next millennium. Spirit informs, no conforms to the norms. Dropping bombs, I edit, said it, meant it. Here to represent it. Some live off the labels of the old school, mold you, and that's the trend. What I tend to see, the new jack ain't new. In fact, it's bitten pieces of debris, recycling fragments of rubble from a somewhat familiar voice, and so many MC and so whole little joys. This won't make me popular. Dropping the lyrics that appeal and flock to ya. Higher self, I'm just as accurate as Doppler. I'm rocking ya, spiritual sipping, sopping my flyer delve, and that goes, hey y'all, hey.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey.
I said I go. Hey yo, hey.
Hey yo, hey.
Dearly beloved, we were gathered here to bring up the rear piece to Bopa. We yell. We shed no more tears for fears when I'm chucking my spear. I'm that spook who sat by the door waiting for the big score while you're trying to get yours from the capitalist whore. And the red, white, and blue halter stacks and minis. She shimmies, you follow, you swallow. Losers, non-producers, consumers, consumed propaganda's got me fuming. My people are doomed. Power to the people, power to the seekers. Instead we're reduced to amps and speakers. $200 sneakers, acquisitions of blue designer suits, Benz and Lexus, battle with sexes, sport utility trucks and such. We're slaves to a quick buck. We run amok. How far can we run when we're stuck? The race is won by wisdom, not muscle. Still we all struggle. Should we excuse the hustle for instant gratification, perpetuation of cultural mutilation? Yo, hey.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey.
I go. I say hey, yo, hey.
Hey yo, hey.
We should be reaching for Orion. Instead, we have a love affair with dying. Getting drunk till we fold, indulge till we blowed. Does the superficial high suffice for the lows? No time for idle. Introspection and life lessons are everyone's Quran, Torah, Bible. Gluttonous eats, defeats the true purpose of eats. The temple falls off from foreign chemicals, toxins, and meats. You call food enriched when it's stripped of nutrients and bleached. I'm not meant to be reached when flesh-tone band-aids are bleached. Every native/European contract was breached. What will Ebonics do for the disenfranchised? Mumia gets no justice cause Mumia is despised. Reverse discrimination versus racism will never be tied. English, the bastard language of the not-so-civilized. The gift of spliced tongues is what the Western language gives. So isn't broken English like a double negative? Yo, hey.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey.
I go.
caught up in potential and expectation while ignoring the presentation. I was proud to receive anything dressed up like love. Out of a wardrobe made up of second chance, dutiful, lust-driven, and pitiful love, I willingly clothed myself because I was afraid of their flight. Fully garbed, yet fatigued by malnourished love, I stood before a mirror and there was no reflection. Where did love go? Hoping, searching, wishing, seeking, praying for love to come. Was I not worthy? On the edge of a breakthrough, about to break down, I silenced myself to sleep and cried myself awake. Pen to pad and love spelled out. Not brokenness, not loneliness, not sorrow nor sadness. I wanted to share my story of unfounded love, but here I am, captured by intentional love, soulful love, honorable love, peaceful love, hopeful love, love's love, love filled with the Father in mind, His love, no longer afraid to see me the way you see me. This is love. This is love unfolding, holding back yet yearning to share the most intimate parts of me. Let me love you. After a lifetime of ill-fitting love, you made my soul fire. This is love. This is love unfolding. This is love unfolding.
Gye-Nyame. Shouts out to Miss Isa too. This is Brother Hot 10. We will be starting in a few seconds. We are having a
Family, no testing we. Much progression be. Follow we. Where we sniping these. Hypersimiles. Jokers violate. Hang from the timber tree. I'm catching lights like a spectrum. Props I collecting my kick. As if I were a rectum. Brothers, women, and children, make sure you protect them. Let loose the abuse, you never know how it would affect them. Man, I don't just be my blinky. My hand's not kinky, it's kingy. So when you see me, best bow. Innovative style, direct from Jersey, but of the will be foul. So army break. brethren say power, and honey say I. What's all about 7 miles, no smiles, so don't infiltrate. The black might state at any rate, I'm more than great, let's just say I'm godly. 3 dimensions, mind, soul, and body. I speaks it all modestly, so y'all diesel follow me, come follow me.
It's the blink, distinct, the funk, baby, come bring it. The blink, distinct, the funk, baby, what? The blink, distinct, the funk, baby, come bring it. The blink, distinct, the funk, baby, what?
Keep the phantom style, black man's profile. Seeping in your soul, creamy thoughts takes control. You're helpless as a bird caught up in my hurricane. I maintain your mainframe when I manifest my name. So captivated, elated as I saturated you with the skunk rhyme that made you all intoxicated. You'll be quickly debilitated if you disrespect the darkness. Out of the darkness came the light, so I stay out these sparkers. On your mark, check the penal projection. Ripping mics like a C-section with the inflection. Son, heard it in the ghetto section. No questions, my abilities emanate from my pitney activities. Mashing lyrics to melodies. Some rap fiends consider this a felony. First mistake, hip-hop is a mental state, not the life of a hustler or a prisoner.
It's the blink, distinct, the funk, baby, come bring it. The blink, distinct, the funk, baby, what? The blink, distinct, the funk, baby, come bring it. The blink, distinct, the funk, baby, what?
Hip-hop is like a vitamin, it could revitalize. Give life to the lifeless, if properly utilized. Extracted from 6 scars comprised. Don't look too far, star. See, this is where the flavor lies. Knowledge is the foundation and manifestation of true wise. We can see past those lies. Exercise those third eyes. See, this be the blink because it fails to sink to the lowest degradation of this new hate-hop nation. We be the brand new sensation. 2 styles in variation. Adjust your antenna, check your station.
It's the blink, distinct, the funk, baby, come bring it. The blink, distinct, the funk, baby, what? The blink, distinct, the funk, baby, come bring it. The blink, distinct, the funk, baby, what?
In my galactic arena, this piece be cosmic. Tunes real gothic, word is born, you can't stop it. My concepts is real, raw deal like Shaquille. Coming through the middle with the massive appeal. We instill chill lyrics in your head to build. Like an architect to master what was once preset. The destination of a soldier's voice infinite. To demonstrate that we're extractions from the higher being. From the seed of Mother Earth came the black human being.
It's the blink, distinct, the funk, baby, come bring it. The blink, distinct, the funk, baby, what? The blink, distinct, the funk, baby, come bring it. The blink, distinct, the funk, baby, what? Well, it's that blink, distinct, the funk, baby, come bring it. The blink, distinct, the funk, baby, what? The blink, distinct, the funk,
Hey, yo, hey. Beware the 6-pack coming down your track like that. Check the mic, 1, 2. The 6-guard train comes through. Quicker than a Pentium data for the next millennium. Spirit informs, no conforms to the norms. Dropping bombs, I let it, said it, meant it. Here to represent it. Some live off the labors of the old school, mold you, and that's the trend. What I tend to see, the new jack ain't new. In fact, just bitten pieces of debris, recycling fragments of rubble from a somewhat familiar voice. And so many MC and so little choice. This won't make me popular. Dropping the lyrics that appeal and flock to ya. Higher self, I'm just as accurate as Doppler. I'm rocking ya, spiritual sip and sopping my flyer delf, and that goes, hey yo, hey.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey.
I said I go. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey.
Dearly beloved, we were gathered here to bring up the rear piece to Bopa. We yell. We shed no more tears for fears when I'm chucking my spear. I'm that spook who sat by the door waiting for the big score while you're trying to get yours from the capitalist whore. And the red, white, and blue hawks and stacks and minis. She shimmies, you follow, you swallow. Losers, non-producers, consumers, consumed propaganda's got me fuming. My people are doomed. Power to the people, power to the seekers. Instead, we're reduced to amps and speakers. $200 sneakers, acquisitions of blue designer suits, Benz and Lexus, battle of sexes, sport utility trucks and such. We're slaves to a quick buck. We run amok. How far can we run when we're stuck? The race is won by wisdom, not muscle. Still, we all struggle. Should we excuse the hustle for instant gratification, perpetuation of cultural mutilation? Yo, hey.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey.
I go. I say, hey, yo, hey.
Hey yo, hey.
We should be reaching for Orion. Orion. Instead, we have a love affair with dying. Getting drunk till we fold, indulge till we blowed. Does the superficial high suffice for the lows? No time for idle. Introspection and life lessons are everyone's Quran, Torah, Bible. Gluttonous eats, defeats the true purpose of eats. The temple falls off from foreign chemicals, toxins, and meats. You call food enriched when it's stripped of nutrients and bleach. I'm not meant to be reached when flesh tone band-aids are peach. Every native / European contract was breached. What will Ebonics do for the disenfranchised? Mumia gets no justice cause Mumia is despised. Reverse discrimination versus racism will never be tied. English, the bastard language of the not-so-civilized. The gift of spliced tongues is what the Western language gives. So isn't broken English like a double negative, yo? Yo, hey.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey.
I go. I go. I go. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey.
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 Hey yo, Lord, yo, hey.
Hey yo, Lord, hey.
I'm a Gye-Nyame man. I was born for greatness. My greatness comes from my potent center. I pledge to find and connect with my center. I pledge to build my spirit, mind, and body. I pledge to use my hands to build a better world for myself, my loved ones, and my community. I pledge to use my mind to think deeper, further, and higher to create a better reality for myself. I pledge to live my life and go beyond all my self-imposed limitations. I pledge to promote the principles of the Gye-Nyame warriors and to assist all those who are seeking the path of success. I pledge all these things first to myself, my teachers, to all my relations, and to my higher power. I am Gye-Nyame. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
Here today, going never sick to my stomach and not getting better. When I left you, I thought I'd be cool. I told myself I was over you, but I was lying through my teeth. I started crying immediately. I'm out of key. I'm begging you to come and help me get in tune. 'Cause you ain't been standing next to me, and I can't even stay on beat. I need you standing next to me. I can't even keep my beat. And I'm fading slowly. I lost my voice, can barely breathe. My pulse is slow and my heart is losing speed. I'm pitiful, can't stand alone. If you're not helping me up, I'm bound to fall. What can I do? What can I say to make you believe I really changed? Did I'm out of sync? I'm begging you to come and help me find my groove. 'Cause you ain't been standing next to me, and I can't even stay on beat. Touch me, I need you standing next to me. I can't even keep my beat. I'm fading
No, I'm walking to a new beat, and yes, I think I want some new sheets, and ooh, I think I want a new dime. See, you playing it for the last time.
What am I supposed to do? Yes, I think I found a new girl. You, so little hint.
Man, y'all having so many technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on. We're gonna work it out. We about to get started, family. We done changed the link a little bit. So go to GNJmedia.live and you will notice some changes on the site. You click it and go straight to our Facebook page now. Since the family has voted and shown that the best app that we got in our circle right now is the YouTube page. So, hey, let's go on and get started. We're going to do this toast.
Catch girls among swine. It's just the way.
What are we, Africans? What are Africans? Geniuses. What are we, Africans? What are Africans? Geniuses. Gods and goddesses of the universe, kings and queens of the planet Earth. What are we, Africans?
Women, but the most important goddesses were black, not just for the African now, in the civilization of the Greeks. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her is Circe, who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the Golden Fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero,
Too. It
Go
can
ahead.
be on the record, off the record. It can be on the record. I heard Bob Johnson said he's talking to the higher powers, I guess the government, about our reparations. And I guess the numbers that they come up with were about 3. His name is Saul here in Ngozi, Northern Light Shopping Center. You want more than just a nice cut? Good conversation, good vibe, good music. Come see me at 3512 Cleveland.
Oh, it's time to grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic. This is Kid Magic Rock. Shots out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Take a breath, take your breath. Now, grab your glass for some water.
Grab your glass.
Lift your pitcher of that water.
Or bottle.
Get that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
or should
water.
I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water.
Move your body.
Move your body and drink some water.
Move your body.
Move your body and drink some water. Bam. Just move your body. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
or should
water.
I say, move, then drink.
Move your body. Move your body.
Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
or should
water.
I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water.
Take your breath.
Lift and pour yourself some water.
Pour.
Move your body, drink some water.
Move it.
Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But remember to stay healthy. Remember the four pillars. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces.
Eat a culturally appropriate diet.
Behave. Take your breath.
Come on.
Lift and pour.
You can do it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink up.
Come on. Drink it. Drink it. Drink it. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Drink it. Lift it. Drink it. Come on. Drink that health in.
Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your water.
Take your breath.
Take your breath. Take your breath.
Lift and pour.
Lift it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink.
Come on. Come on.
Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour.
Come on, pour it.
Move your body.
Move.
Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink.
What?
Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Family. I am super late because I messed up my sleeping pattern last night. Y'all know I started this little fast thing, and when sleep just didn't work. I mean, like shit, I tried. Closed my eyes, got up, took me a long bath. But then also, the other piece that I had was I had a very, very intriguing book. But before we get into that, let me make sure y'all know where y'all at. Family, right now, you are standing in the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is... y'all blew it. Y'all had your chance. Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I think they mad because I got them doing some work. You don't look like you doing no work. Okay, well, cool. Get up off your ass and find your charger, baby. You can't find it sitting down.
Just tap the search chip below.
All right. Of course, you know there's a heart of a similar. Oh, I need to put the family on charge. I need to put them on. I need to put them on pause. This is a Heart of a Simba production. Of course, you know this is the Daily Toast. But we strive to blow up your old paradigms. All right, I'm gonna put this in because I don't want the back to Kill the Family. But family, man, listen, man, I'm reading a book. Well, actually, I'm listening to a book. Now, in the last few years, I done got lazy, and I done started. I know, Janice. I know it ain't considered reading a book. I know. She already let us know on her post. You know, but I got to keep my mind growing because I got to keep my mind busy or I'm going to fall asleep while I'm driving, right? So I'm listening. You found it? Told you couldn't find it on your butt. Listen, it don't matter whose it is. It charges, right? All right, cool. So here we go. So I'm reading this book, or listening to this book right now. And the book is called The Family. Now, I heard Brother Gray Carr mention the book on Karen Hunter's show. So I'm watching it, and I said, The Family. Ooh, you know, because you already know, those that know me, you already know I like gangster movies and stuff like that. I said, man, let me go and check this out. So I go, and I'm listening to this book, you know, because I thought it was like, you know, a fiction type based on, hell no. No. So I'm listening to this book, and I'm finding the influence that evangelical, what's the other term that they use? Fundamentalist Christians are having on politics. I'm looking at the effects, right, from this book's perspective. Because you can look at things from several different angles, but I'm sitting up here like, damn, Gina, while you up, plug this speaker up for me, please. Anyway, I'm reading this book, and my wig is being blown by the information that, with a plug right there. You don't see the plug right there? Yeah, turn it off. Yeah. My mind is being blown by the information that they're giving and the power and that these individuals have amassed and how they amassed power. And I think that's a real good book for us to look at and really to start having some discussions around, because of course they deal with establishing borders. They deal with their rituals and their ceremonies. They developed a whole culture using Jesus Christ. I don't even think they say Jesus Christ. A lot don't even go to church, but they have what they call prayer circles and prayer cells, where in these prayer cells they have access to individuals with power. And I guess in the prayer, they basically send each other messages about what they're going to do and what direction they need to be going. Powerful piece. Family, it's some shit working. It's some shit working out here that we missing on a whole nother level. But anyway, let's go on and do this toast. Oh, before we do the toast, we are having our annual Juneteenth barbecue. It'll be posted up on our Facebook. Sister Navita will be able to post it up as well. Bring your mask. Bring it. BYOM. Bring your own mask. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because we'll be able to practice social distancing. Also, tomorrow night at 8 p.m., I will be interviewing Baba Kelsey. The subject matter will be So You Want Liberation, right? Because we're talking about bringing his one of his other books onto the digital format. You know what I'm saying? So we could practice this Ujanomics. I'm about 5 books behind, so I really need some help. And we got some other opportunities that's popping off that's just after the DigiFest. People's like, yo, can y'all do this? You know, I'm like, maybe. Let me talk to the tribe. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's really time for us to really get into this whole social media, the stuff that we've been practicing and working on, right? And like I said, so Dr. Kelsey will be on tomorrow evening, Ujima evening at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. So I might have to move some other stuff around so we could talk. We're gonna talk about the 11 steps, of course. We're gonna talk about his book, So You Want Revolution. We're gonna talk about his latest book that's about to drop called A Call to Action. And we're gonna talk about the book So You Want Liberation, right? So I'm gonna find a way to try to I gotta figure out how to open up the lines. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to open up the line, because what I think I may do for him is, because I want you to be able to see him, I'm going to have him on camera. But the only issue is that if I have him on camera in the way that I'm gonna have him on camera, you will not be able to hear him if you are on the phone. So I'm thinking about maybe even opening up lines on Discord, but I'm gonna need to see if people inside of here will be able to hear what's going on Discord. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna figure it out as we do. We're gonna make it happen. Some of y'all might not be able to ask questions though. But all those people that went out and got his book, I mean, like I said, some people, oh my God, some of y'all was generous. Like he's charging $11 now. But at the end of the summer, you know what I'm saying? At the end of summer, he is planning to bring out an extended 11 steps. So this 11 steps is an initial report, is a special report, just giving us stuff to talk about, to look to you know what I'm saying, to kind of just start thinking about. And then now he's going to bring out extended edition with extended conversation, extended thoughts, but it's all still geared towards getting us to think. Right? Getting us to think. Now, but what's crazy, after reading this book, I mean, I ain't done yet, but they stop people from thinking. Like I said, if you read my title is Kujichagulia, Day 2. This is day 2 of my fast. Y'all just seen me drink some water. I'm going to drink some more water. I got me a smoothie and stuff because I could do it all that in the first week. Next week is going to be the intense week. But the piece that I'm trying to get to y'all is this, that we are constantly screaming for our people to think. These people that I'm reading about, and I'm really seeing it right now, they are training their people not to think. They say terms like, you know, they like, what is the difference between how y'all see Jesus and how everybody else see Jesus? They say, well, we worship a person. Y'all worship ideas. So the people that are in charge of this movement don't even go to church. But it's a church organization. It's a nonprofit that's running around. They do these breakfasts and they bring these individuals of power together, and they're able to formulate global. They're able to manipulate global shit. And I'm sitting up here like, this shit is brilliant. Oh my God. And it's like, but the only issue is that they making people dumb as, it's just so heartbreaking just to see. I mean, and we saw a little bit of it this weekend where you just, you don't think, you just react, you just do what, in a sense, your Lord and Savior tells you to do. Because you don't worship ideas and philosophies, you worship the actual person. And check it out. It's called the family. And I'm sitting up here reading this. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my. Now I'm understanding. And I'm getting a lot of text right now. And what was becoming clear to me is that if we really don't start thinking and really start activating ourselves, we are going to lose horribly, because we are running up against people who are operating on pure belief. They don't even have to think. They don't even have to understand. They just got to do. Period. Period. These people believe in they believe in what they believe in. What's the term they use for Donald Trump? This tyranny, this fascism. They believe in that type of leadership because their religion teaches, which is Christianity, which teaches them that tyranny is the way. They make it sound nice, they make it sound pretty, but basically we're dealing with people who want one leader. Now, who want empire. So how do a bunch of different villages and different tribes deal with a motherfucker that want an empire, with a group of people that want an empire? How do you beat that? I mean, it's just a question. How do we beat that? Now, I ain't saying it ain't possible. You already know, brother. You know, I'm listening to this shit. My mind is already, my mind is like a flower in bloom. I'm already clicking on it. But I'm just wondering, because we definitely gonna need alliances, because listen, and this is what's even doper about it. Listen to me. It don't matter if you're not even a Christian. They work with Buddhists. They work with a Hindu. They work with Islam. Because they all believe that they all are serving the same master. Check out, family. I'm just saying. Look at the book. Look at the book. Look. I'm getting freaked out the deeper I get into this book, and it's not a conspiracy piece. It's not a conspiracy piece. It's like, boom, the dude is going through the actual documents. He's laying it out. He's saying this is what it is. You have the choice to believe it or not. It's not one of those type of things where it's like you get all caught up into the conspiracy shit. No, you know what I'm saying. What it is laying out some of the strategies that some of the enemies that we are going to have to run up against and run through and run over, how they practice and how they play. Or my fault, how they practice and how they pray. And we can look at pray in two different ways. P-R-A-Y and P-R-E-Y. And who they praying upon. I'm going to leave that right there. All right, tonight we will be getting together and we will be talking about the folk tale. Yeah, brother. Listen, you already know. You already know, brother. How Tim is. I know the teacher listening, so her mind is clicking on this shit. See, because we got to start putting our minds to understand. When we start getting like little clues on how some of these motherfuckers move, we have to start getting our minds to click with the strategy to counteract that shit. How do you beat a robot? Right? How do you beat somebody? How do you beat somebody that don't need to think, that don't need information? All they need to know, all they need to have is a mission. That's it. How you beat that? Somebody willing to go posto. How do you beat that? Oh, I got some definite possibilities. You know what I'm saying? Mine is like a flower in bloom. I'm not playing with y'all, family. We're not playing, right? But the whole media piece is a major piece of it, right? So now let's go look at the folktale for tonight. The tortoise and the eagle. Ooh. A tortoise, lazily basking in the sun, complained to the seabirds of her hard fate, that no one would teach her to fly. An eagle, hovering near, heard her lamentation and demanded what reward she would give him if he would take her aloft and float her in the air. I will give you, she said, all the riches of the Red Sea. I will teach you to fly then, said the eagle, and taking her up in his talons, he carried her almost to the clouds. Suddenly he let her go, and she fell on a lofty mountain, dashing her stone to pieces. The tortoise exclaimed in the moment of death, I have deserved my present fate for what I had to do with wings and clouds. Who can without difficulty move about on the earth? My fault, who can without difficulty move about the earth? And I'm going to read that again. I want to make it a little bit clearer. I want to make that a little bit clear. We're about to discuss this tonight, so y'all gonna listen. Brother Shaka say Christianity, Marcus Garvey, a form of religion practiced by the millions, but as misunderstood and unreal to the majority as gravitation is to the untutored savage. We profess to live in the atmosphere of Christianity, yet our acts are as barbarous as we never knew Christ. All right, Shaka, I'm gonna challenge that. Right? I'm gonna challenge that. You ready? Right? Now, you know in the Bible, you had mass murderers, right, as leaders. You had motherfuckers doing basically the same shit that we're doing today that led up to Jesus, right? So now, not trying to start a biblical argument, and we use religion for morality. Our enemy is using religion for power. Let me say that again. And I think this is where we missed the boat. We use religion for morality when our competition is using it for power. Now, you ready? He ready to start the conversation. Y'all hear him on the phone. Y'all hear you hear his finger lifting up off. He want to jump on. He gonna let me do the toast first, right? But he ready to jump on. He ready.
Hey,
go ahead.
As soon as you address me, I got a call, and so the last 20 seconds I did not hear. So if you charge something to me, I just didn't hear the question.
No, it wasn't a question. I just said they practice religion. We practice religion for morality. We look at Christianity, Islam, and all these things as moral forces to help us improve our lives, even our spirituality. We look at a lot of stuff like that. They look at this shit as tools for power.
Yeah, go ahead, do the
toast. They look, and I think, and I'm saying part of the issue is I think that's where we missing the boat with a lot of shit that we looking at, right? A lot we look at politics as a way to improve our lives and improve ourselves and improve our community. They look at politics as power. We look at economics as a way to improve our lives and to do better for the world, and they looking at it as power. And because we keep, let me stop. Let me go on. I'm gonna read this folktale for the night. So family, when y'all come in, we could go on and have a strong conversation, and we could carry you on this conversation. I mean, it ain't like I gotta rush off to go nowhere because I can't, because my daughters is here, and I can't run out and get nothing to eat, But anyway, the one for the night is the tortoise and the eagle, which will kind of address what we're talking about. A tortoise lazily basking in the sun complained to the seabirds of her hard fate, that no one would teach her to fly. An eagle hovering near heard her lamentation and demanded what reward she would give him if he would take her aloft and float her in the air. I will give you, she said, all the riches of the Red Sea. I will teach you to fly then, said the eagle. And taking her up in his talons, he carried her almost to the clouds. Suddenly, he let her go. And she fell on a lofty mountain, dashing her shell to pieces. The tortoise exclaimed, in the moment of death, I have deserved my present fate, for what had I to do with wings and clouds? Who can with difficulty move about the earth? And the moral is, if a man had all they wish, they would often be ruined. Damn. Where you at, anime? Where you at, anime? I think that deserves, yeah, there we go. So let's get
Go
ahead.
Fundamentally, Hachim, what we get what we ask for, right? And sometimes earlier on, like we make certain determinations that become fundamental determinations of our character, like such as, for example, I would rather have one strong warrior on my side than have 1,000 backslidden soldiers, or you know what I mean?
Right. I said shit like that before. Yeah, I'm guilty of that. Go ahead.
Well, there you got it. You got that shit. And the piece is that not
you said I spoke it into reality, right? I got the one strong soldier. My enemy got 1,000. Now we gotta fight to the death. Now we gotta fight to the death. Oh, shit. I'll be like, you right. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I just thought that was humorous.
Yeah, it's actually kind of sad. But hey, it is what it is. But all right, so we're gonna go on. We're gonna do this toast. I got this tea. I made the tea. Now I want y'all to see how different the tea. The tea is this is a green tea. We used about 5 different teas on this one. Let me see. 1, 2. Yeah, we used 5 different green teas on this one. Shaka could divulge which teas he used. I don't really divulge the teas that I use, but it's not Lipton. Let's just put it that way, right? So I want y'all to look at how different the teas look. Now, I don't filter the tea either, like I said, because I'm big on feeding my microbiome, you know what I'm saying, or at least adding some healthy shit to my microbiome to kind of keep me healthy, keep me moving, especially during this time of my fast. I gotta eat something. I'm gonna eat me some healthy microbiotics. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna cheat. I'm cheating on the micro level. You know what I'm saying? It won't fit on the scales of my eye, so I'm cool. But I don't see Brother Kwame on here. Okay, cool. All right. But anyway, let's go and pop it. Uh-oh, we got a little bit of gas building up. So all the stuff you see floating in there. Now you can make this at home. You could because of course it's not complete without the SCOBY, because the SCOBY helped take the transformation to a whole nother level. And for those that don't know what SCOBY means symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast, right? But the raw honey, has healthy bacteria and yeast in it. And the green tea also has some healthy properties in it by itself. Now, when we throw the SCOBY on here, we get a transformation. But right now, all you can see right now is a fermenting tea, which you can make at home yourself, which is a very healthy drink. Now, I don't know if Shaka found this about green tea, but dude, the green tea become slimy on you, man? You still there?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh no, because you do heat. Your heat break down those bonds.
Right.
Ah.
Right. That's and to answer your question, yes, when I didn't use heat, it absolutely did. And here in another level, remember I had to come get some other scobies. I had used a root that has all these properties, but one of the properties was that it was antibacterial. And so I didn't know if it was colonizing at first or, but the part that was, in the scobies that molded, I definitely knew that's what it was. I didn't use heat on none of that when I started using this, this hibiscus and that red root that's called faux teeth. Yeah, so I just use faux tea independently now. I don't try to ferment it or nothing like that. It's great if you ever wanted to experiment with a different kind of tea. It actually, the root has a sweetness to it, almost like a cocoa, and so you don't even need sugar in it. You steep it right. You still there?
My fault. I turned off the mic so that they could hear our conversation. Is faux tea considered a green tea?
No, it's red. It's red. But when you talk about
and it's
like
a root
Pinta,
too. It's a root too, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Check this out, Hatem. The translation of faux tea is black-haired man, because you had a 90-year-old Chinese man about 100 years ago discovered this root, started making tinctures out of it. He was bald and had gray hair on the side, and when he started drinking these tinctures, his hair grew back full like when he was 18 and black like when he was young. And in his 90s, this man started having babies again. So so that's why OT, black-haired man is the root.
Well, I'm gonna stay away from that shit personally. Hell with the black hair, the babies come with it. I don't want no. As the girl said back in the night, I don't want no scrubs. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I just go. I stick with my hair. You go. Enjoy yourself, brother. Live long and prosper. You know what I'm saying? Live long and prosper. Listen. All right, but anyway, let's go and get this toast popping off, family. So tonight we will be having the show at 9 p.m. I'll be coming in. We might start a little bit early because, like I said, I got a lot of energy because, at the beginning of the fast, boom, boom, boom. Like the 3 days is kind of cool for me. My kids is in here cooking right now. I'm sitting up here like, okay, but I'm not really that hungry right at this point in time. So anyway, but we will see the difference next week. Yes, we will. Hell, we might see some at the end of this week. You know what I'm saying? As it start kicking in. But, I got to get through the blahs, but I ain't hit the blahs yet. So I'm going to hit that 3rd day blah and probably that 6th or 7th day blah and then that 10th day blah. But y'all going to get to see me go through the peaks and the valleys. And anybody that wanted to join me on the process. Now, not that you have to fast, but if there's something you want to give, if it's something you want to give up, if there's a challenge that you want to try to make within that 21-day period or how many ever days left, you going to do it. And, like I said, you can tune into the show and, I keep you abreast of how I'm doing and you can share how you doing with the rest of the family too, whether you post it up or whether you call in or whatever, how are we going to do it? You can let the family know where you are. As a matter of fact, maybe over this period of time, especially when I get into the valley, because the lowest part, I ain't gonna call it the lowest, but the most challenging part of my fast is coming up on next Ujamaa. All right, so We got Moja, Kujichagulia, Water Days next week. Ujama next week will be the hardest part of my fast, right? Ujama, then Nia is a walk down, then, but I just gotta make it. I'm gonna make it through. But the whole piece is a challenge. But here we go. Let's do our toast. Right now, this is just the green tea and the honey. Got a nice amount of honey in it too. All right, family, here we go. First, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose, call it Creator. We lift up our glass, we salute that Creator, and we say the word, Ashe. From there, family, we move to our ancestors. We lift up our glass, we toast our ancestors, of course, at the beginning. And I'm going to go as far as I can. Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert Tex, Anna Davis, Herman Brown, Singh, Rosalie, Tilly, Georgia, William Walter, Christopher Fanny, Gostin, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Marco Ellis, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Falar, Montague Pimenel, No More X, Pat Maya Ra, Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusef Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright there, Gail Pulley and the Luxor brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Patrick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Lonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Lorella Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge, Jr., Herman Copeland, Mitchell Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Ware, Levita Farmer, Agosto Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dixon, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keisha Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Spells, Slimmy, Seven Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Percy Moore, Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Heather Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Afia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Dorita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hadley Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinier, Elder Amatet Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs, Senior, Thelma Triggs, Thomas Alula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howell, Franklin and Russell Davis. Oh, Franklin. Lost the rhythm. All right. Well, we all the way down. Franklin and Russell Davis. Hold on. Damn, I'm talking a little barely. I don't know how. Franklin Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs, the second Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, D.V. Mine Aries, Gene and Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan. We have William Walter West, Nigel Perez, Elder Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Denise Waters, Denise Waters, DeFriedis Hines, Ines Bostic, Anna Bostic, Winifred Scatterberry, Wilson Haley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spradling, Kevin Spradling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., William Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Eddie Candy, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosey, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Neilon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gatson, Jay Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edward Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimmel Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet McKay, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Eno Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Halsey Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Ags Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Needy Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Ms. Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Earl 10 Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls in West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Remy Laura Newton, J.B. Froggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Mira Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Irvin, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Irvin, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Corwell Sr., Robert Lee Caldwell, Nevada Mitchell, Rob McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javon McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lord Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Albert, Mazarine Cover, George Swan, Emmanuel Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. We also have our Black Book. We have Joella Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis. We got Elder Shaka McNair. We got Anthony Brown. We got Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Sheldon Jr., Damian Top with Stina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quincy Sample, Candace Simmons, Summer Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Goray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khaled is in transition, also known as Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flynn, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gantz, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominic Nichols, Ruthie Lane Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Monger III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Jasandra Nanette Lewis, Anderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannia Webb, Dan Walton, L.T. Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers. Elijah Juan Hakeem and Como, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, Dr. Creamy Mackey, Victor Bowden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, Tillar Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Tamara Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Nettie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samantha DeMond, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Merle, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Merle, Sylvester Foster, James and Lizzie Winston, Abe and Julie Lawrence, Ozell Leathers Sr., Gladys Coper, Ozell Leathers Jr., Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Toot the Don, Sarah Winston, Chris Kinney, Margaret Mentor, Mary Smith, Juanita Florine Stith Gibbs, Carl William Duncan Jr., Janet Callahan, Danny Hill, Miko, D. Nice Hill, Andre Martin, Mabel Williams, Terry Brown, Teresa Biddle, Lavonna Kincaid, Carla Sawyer, Reverend Jesse Porter, Deacon Ezekiel Dennis, Brenda Purder, Craig Lee Jones, Granny Beulah, Papa Al Riesland, Inez Smith, George Gamble Sr., Joseph Garrett, LaShonda Jamar, Leroy Riley, Mona, Yolanda Hunter, Yvonne Patrice Turner, Herman Reeves, Amanda Reeves, Josh Reeves, Lena Kate, Herman Reeves, Pam Johnson, Vera, and Reese Fisher. Family, we raise our glass up to all of our spiritual tribe, all of our ancestors, and we salute them, and we say, the word of power is Ashe. For those that are new, that might be listening, this might be your first time, family, you could post them up in the link, and we'll get to them. Or you could go to our page on Facebook, and you could go and share. Go and share your ancestors. You can send us a message and share your ancestors. We'll make sure they get on the list. You might have to send us a couple of reminders because there's a lot of stuff popping off. All right, before we move on, I wanted to show y'all something. I told y'all we got another book coming out, right? So, on Thursday nights, we use a book called The African Openings to the Tree of Life. Unfortunately, because of some difficulties, the book has went out of publication and the price skyrocketed on Amazon. But we have connects with the guy at the place. I didn't even know that. I mean, I thought the homeboy might have passed away by now, but we got permission from him to complete a book. And, I came up with the book idea, and I talked about it. I wanted to do it for a long time. Sister Terahasa heard me talking about it and said, fuck talking. She got out, she sent out, she got the permission from the guy to do it. And she put the book together. It's called African Deep Thought Workbook. African Deep Thought Workbook. Go and check it out. Right? This will be available in digital format as well as, because Terahasa don't play, she like having hers in hardback. You understand what I'm saying? So, boom. She's going to provide this, but also we're going to have the digital version available for you as well. Let me read it. I'm old. This book will be, the white background. It will be many things to many people. I can't read it. Because my eyes is messed up. So, anyway, but there you go. Boom. Go and check it out. There you go. Right? A book that has been in the works for like the last almost, I'm 50, almost 20 some odd years. So in the book, what it does, like for example, let me show you how we do. So this week, or last week, we covered helping to steal from ignorance of errors, but constantly attracts the power of the law. And we sit down and we talk about it. What this book gives you an opportunity to do. So I find this one in here. It's on page 14. So, and I know, and I think it's in chapter 1. So she got it separated by chapter 1 and the number of the proverb. So that would be 1 dash. All right, hold on. It's 1. Oh, hold on. I'm almost there. That would be 1, first chapter. Here we go. And the original name is Original Essence. 134. 135, True Temple is the holding place of cosmic law. Helplessness stems from the ignorance, but the consciousness attracts the power of the law. So those are those ones right there. All right, so here we go. Helplessness stems from the ignorance of errors, but the consciousness attracts the power of the law. But that wasn't the one I read. Let me find the one I read. Helplessness, yes it is. That's the one I read. Helplessness stems from ignorance of errors, but consciousness attracts the power of the law. So what we do is we got to scribe the proverb. We got the book laid out. So now, of course, we're going to have a workbook for some of those that want to do it. You got it. You got a space in here. First off, you put the date that you work on it, right? Read the proverb. You read the proverb. You got space all throughout here to write on it. You got the proverb right here. Then you go right into it. You're going to write the proverb. right? So you're gonna scribe it. You're gonna rewrite it. Then right here you pick out the keywords for you, and then you also got a little room to go and expand on what the proverb means for you. Right? You get to the back. You go through, pick out keywords. So it not only help with adults, but it help with young people in building their vocabulary. What are some keywords that stuck out to you? Then you move to the next page. And we're going to do this online because I'm going to figure out how. Matter of fact, I know how to do it online. So then we got define keywords that you identify. So you're going to take some time. You're going to do some definition. Write the proverb out in your own words. So now we're asking you to take the proverb that you heard and write it out in your own words. Not just scribing it, but how would you translate that ancient, the way they saying it back then, to right now? So we're forcing you to do some deep thinking, right? Then last but not least, how does the proverb apply to you today? Bow. The whole process, right? Same process that we got laid out in the Gye-Nyame Journey Handbook. Same process that we got laid out in the Gye-Nyame Journey Handbook. Right here in this, we're going to have workbooks. We're going to have this book, and of course, we're going to have it in a digital version so you can print it out and have the page to work with, right? Boom. Oh, my God. So now, of course, we're going to be using this tonight. And on top of that, got me a new copy, right? So here go my beat up copy, and I got about 2 of those downstairs where it's falling apart. So I always got to have an extra one around. But they out of print, family. But they will be available on digital format and printable. But like I said, these I'm gonna give me a whole bunch of them. I'm giving me a whole bunch of them, man. But anyway, and I done gave out a whole bunch of them because they are life-changing books. But anyway, let's get back to our toast. So right now, family, we lift up our glass. We salute every last one of the ancestors we read. I don't know what that had to do with the ancestors, but I hope they please, right? More than likely they are, because we talking about sharpening our weapons, that we gonna go up against some of this stuff that was giving them problems in their lives. So we getting it together. So we lift up and we salute those ancestors. From there, family, we move to the present moment. And where are we at? Man, y'all know where we at. We on the livest and the best and the hottest day of the week. You know what I'm saying? Those that was born on Kujichagulia, stand up. Give all the babies that was born on Kujichagulia a round of applause. I see you, Gina. I see you. Yup. Is Navita out there? Tiandra out there. This our day, right? We supposed to be sweet. We supposed to be running it right now, right? But we do every day. But anyway, so shouts out to all the Kujichagulia babies. If you don't know what day you was born on, my God, by now, family, listen. If you're not a supporter, what you need to do is go to, because in the supporters get all that stuff. Y'all got all the videos. Y'all got all, y'all should, if it's something in there that's missing, y'all need to let me know. And even this book, you're going to get the PDF. You're going to get the PDF as part of the package of you being a G&J Media supporter. As a matter of fact, we're having a show with Dr. Kelsey tomorrow night. He's talking about bringing another book over called So You Want Revolution, right? I'm going to have to talk to him about another book that he got out called Being Healthy and Wealthy, a Process for African People. I got to talk to him about all these books because we need to bring them over digitally. But, each time a person puts their book into the journey and bring it through the process, what we do is we make sure that, because what he does, he allows us to take it through the whole publishing process, the whole digital publishing process. So what we do for each individual that is a supporter, that individual, when we take the book from the beginning to the end, in the sense where they give it to us and we told him do the restructure the book, not no rewriting, but structure the book so that it could be digitally formatted. You know what I'm saying? We give everybody in Gye-Nyame Journey their own copy. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it. So I have to pay each of the artists for that. You know what I'm saying? Each of the creators for that. So Instagram, we about to get up out of here. If you want to join the rest of the conversation, come over to gnjmedia.live. It should be easier. Come on over to gnjmedia.live. All right, peace. All right, so y'all gonna get a copy of all the books, but they're not done yet. They're not done yet. Don't get mad. They're not done yet. I'm still working on them. I'm still working. Damn, I used all my battery in my phone. That's incredible. I didn't even do that much. All right, let me charge it up before I hit these streets. All right. So we on day 2 of my fast. So, family, on this day, as we usually do every day, I want to lift up my glass. I want to salute this moment that we are in. Right now, we on Kujichagulia. Family, I'm asking you to go and activate your reticular formation and start looking for Kujichagulia in your life. It's there. For those that don't speak the language, once again, go to freegnjecourse.com. Once again, that's free. Let's see. Oh, it worked. freegnjecourse.com. 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 I'm gonna do another commercial for that one soon. Also, any of the family that has stuff that you want commercials made for, you know what I'm saying, so that you can post them up, because y'all know, y'all see I be doing shows. I be trying to do shows all day, which kind of makes it kind of complicated for me, but it is what it is, right? Y'all know I try to do the damn thing every day. But anyway, we're streaming all the time. So if you have stuff that you want to share that you could go and throw together in a format, you know what I'm saying, we'll post it up for you. If you need help with setting it up like that, by all means, we can find somebody that can help you with that. Of course, that's gonna come with a little fee. But if you're a supporter, we're gonna find a way to work it out for you. All right. But anyway, it didn't post up on Facebook. I wonder why. Huh? Let me try it again. Let me see. Let's do this. Must have put it wrong. Let's see. Let's do gum. All right, pops up, and it shares. Oh, it shared on Facebook. So let me do this one again. All right, cool. Boom. Make sure y'all get it on Facebook. All right, because that's what we get. We get most of our viewers from Facebook. Most of our viewers from Facebook. The votes were in this weekend. We did about 600. Now I got two of the pieces pulled out. I just need to go in and do the beginning and do the end for them. Set them up so that they could be streamed out with information and stuff like that. Also, so I got Elder Tony's piece pulled out, and I got to see if I can work with the sound. But I might not be able to do too much with that. I got Elder Kelsey's piece out. I'm about to pull out Sister Roni's. I got to pull out Brother Tykeese's. Of course, I'm pulling out all the pieces so that you can go on and we could share them in a different format and make it easier for at least those that support us to get to that stuff first. Y'all gonna get it first. So, you're gonna be able to be like, boom, okay, shoot, this was Elder Tony for the DigiFest, blah, blah, blah. And because like I said, the way the support is going, you know what I'm saying, by the end of June, the way people are coming in and doing the support, by the end of June, we may either be able to build a computer where we can do everything on, or get another laptop that's going to be stronger than the one I got to be able to do it. Because the one I got right now is cool. You know what I'm saying? But if we get something better, I mean, like I said, because like I said yesterday, those that was watching the Digi TV, it started messing up. Why? Because I started experimenting with this new video editing software that I got. Because like I told y'all, we're looking towards advancing what we do as far as media, as well as doing shows and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm not gonna hold y'all up. So family, back to the present moment. I guess I was really caught up in the moment. I got caught up in the moment, right? And it's Kujichagulia, family. It's Kujichagulia. We want to make sure that we out searching for Kujichagulia. If you don't know what Kujichagulia is, you need to get that e-course. You need to join us here on Gye-Nyame Journey. Become a supporter. We will help walk you through all that, right? We ask for nothing but like $10 a month to help us continue what we're doing, because we're building something real. We're building something that we can help our people, not only in the Columbus where we are, but all over the country, because what we're doing here can be duplicated in different places, right? But we need your help to get the word out. Like with the DigiFest. Y'all helped us spread the word about that. Y'all did 42 shares. We had people that started supporting us, right? And we asked for 10. We got people giving more than that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you get your name up on the piece that streams to let people know that, you know, like I said, I'm very proud of my family, because y'all came out and y'all show out every day. So anyway, we lift up our glass to this present moment. We salute. Also, in this moment, right now we on self-determination. Kujichagulia means self-determination. Justice is the principle, is the Modic principle. Indigo is the color I got on black today. Correspondence is the Hermetic law. Male name for the day is Kwabena. Female name is Abina, right? So we lift up our glass and we salute and we say, Ashe. Kwame say, NBWE need to begin checking with elders who have computers and don't use them per chance. They have a computer we can exchange for. Probably, but, I mean, that's true. But like I said, I want to make sure we got, you know, because like I said, what I got right here, I think I got 8 gigs. I want to, if I'm moving up, I want to get 16 gigs. I want to get me a bomb ass graphic card. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, because it's like, boom, we got all this stuff working. But you're right. Now, by the way, maybe that's what that way, NBWE, but need to begin check. I mean, and like I said, and there's somebody out there that got the connects. Hell, let's get it. Let's holler at you. As they say, holler at your boy. Let me know. Holler at your boy. You know what I'm saying? But there's other opportunities that's opening up for us, Kwame. This shit is getting ridiculous, my friend. It ain't getting ridiculous. It's feeling a lot like tribe around this motherfucker, for real. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so we lift up our glass. We do that salute. We salute this present moment. We understand our responsibility. And we understand the power that rests in this moment. And we're willing to wrestle with it. And we're willing to push it back and expand the time and expand the space and to conquer the resources so that we can pass them on to our future generations, which is our responsibility. We lift up our glass and what we say? We say Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? Where do we go from here to the future? To our children, our children's children, on to infinity. We lift up our glass and we salute them. From there, family, where do we go? Very simple. It's a very simple step. We're going to jump right over and we're going to salute all of our relations. And we say Ashe. From all of our relations, where do we go? We go from all of our relations, get ready, to their selfish toast. What is it that you need right now to move towards your greatness? I'm lifting the glass up for you, as I do every day. We ask for the Creator, we ask for the ancestors, we become conscious of this energy that's around us all the time. We're opening our eyes to it. We can see it now because we got the words to describe it. We know what that feeling is now. So now, what is it that you need to move towards your greatness? To do what it is that you need to do for your people, right? For your life, for your family, for your tribe. We lift up our glass and we say Ashe. Last but not least, family, last but not least, I I want to toast the most magnificent, the most marvelous, the most beautiful, the most uplifting, most inspiring, the bravest, and the most intelligent individual in the room. I lift my glass up to you, and with that, we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. So then we're going to take this sip, and we're going to, Shaka, you still on the line? Yep, he's still there. Lines are open, 614-556-4535. I'm here. Okay. I'm also going to open up our G&J Media Talk line. I'm going to open it up the talk line. I'm going to share for those that are bold enough and want to try to get into our server. I'm going to give you a never-ending pass, and I'm going to let you use it for maybe 5 uses, right? And then I'm going to grant you a temporary membership so I have time to go on and keep you in the server, right? So here we go. We're going to generate that link. I'm going to copy that link. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to press these magic keys and post up the link. Let me go on and tell people what that is. Join us live on our Discord server. This is a link to the talk line. All right, hold on. Almost. Let me see. Boom. All right, let me copy that.
Did you see that message from Antoinette just in?
What'd it say? Oh, can you put the call number on Facebook? Yes, ma'am. I will do that. I'm going to do that. All right, Control C. Boom. And what's the code for? BL, Black Line. Wow. There you go. It's up. And it went everywhere. Cause yeah, she tried to get on Discord. Antoinette Brave, she don't be playing. She like, I'm gonna try it. But she couldn't, for some reason we couldn't get her to talk. So one day we're gonna have to hook up. I wanna see your phone. Some of y'all out there that know how to use some of this stuff, we need to start sharing it. Now I'll save this so that I can send it out over. I wanna send it over, boom. Over Spreaker, and also I want to take it up and share it on share it on Instagram. Well, I can't share it on Instagram without a picture, so I ain't gonna worry about that right now because I ain't streaming on Instagram right now. But all right, Shaka, it's on you. So what you gonna do?
Okay. So I don't know what you want to say, but
I just disagree. How about that? I'm just joking.
Marcus Garvey says that there are as many religions within Christianity as there are Christians. How about we start there?
Mm-hmm. And that's
because
that's for us.
No,
that's for us. That's not true. I definitely disagree with that. Marcus was a brilliant man, but I definitely disagree with that shit. But go ahead.
Well, the way I look at it, man, is that when you look at the daily practice and the fundamental principles and virtues that a particular religion teaches, when we are not in congregation and in fellowship with each other, it is our own personal endeavors that determine our eternity, right? That doesn't mean that
I disagree with that.
Oh, my goodness.
I disagree with that.
Go ahead, then. Go ahead.
See, because part of the problem is Part of the problem for us in many cases is that we have come into another people's culture or been forced into another people's culture and been forced to look at the world in a way that they have shaped the world. This whole individual, I'm just gonna be this whole individual grace and this whole individual salvation shit was never ours. I'm throwing it out there. This shit, I don't think it was ever ours. No, it should be in the refrigerator unless the girls drunk it all. No, I want it. I pour it right here. You know what I'm saying? But then I could be wrong because we had motherfuckers standing at the scales by themselves in ancient Kemet. But I'm having a problem with this whole individual shit that we done fed into, that we are allowing to decay our community because everybody is in everything for themselves. Everything we do is about us. Antoinette, come back. What happened? What I do? Everything is huh?
No, go ahead. I'm playing.
But go ahead. I mean, I'm just saying. But everything is about us and about our own personal salvation and shit. And when you look at what we need community shit. We need a salvation for the community, for the group. And for those that's gonna be hating, I'm drinking a smoothie. And I'm drinking it loud.
Hey,
go ahead.
I'm not.
Don't you change the subject. Don't you change the subject, Darky. I hear you going in a different direction. Come on now.
I'm not disagreeing with none of what you're saying, but all I'm saying is that just because everybody belongs to one unified religion don't mean that you have one unified path on this planet or in the next life.
Who said?
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying.
Who gonna prove me wrong?
Who gonna prove you right though? This is a part of the argument we have with everybody. You can't prove nobody right. You can't prove nobody wrong. People just believe what they believe, and it's okay, regardless of how it fucks everybody else up.
You know what? See, and then you get into a more fundamental situation. See, I happen to know two very dynamic people. They wild in their own right, but they crazy match each other crazy, right? But see, what they learn after they done, jump the broom and shit is that they own two totally different operating systems, and they have faith in their independent operating system because they know, like, for them, it's like, all right, well, this is school of hard knocks. Well, this is school of hard knocks. Well, motherfucker, I've been through this. Well, I've been through this, and then it's like, so, but because of their systems that was cultivated out of that firsthand experience of whatever disparities, whatever abuse, whatever, they carry that into a relationship with each other. So their operating system, even though they might have the same vision of peace within each other, right now, because of where their real faith is at, and that's what really determines their every single move, independently and with each other.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. But we got Sister Antoinette. You got something you want to say?
Hey.
What's going
on?
on?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. You gotta excuse your sister here. All this is new to me because I'm looking at you on Facebook.
All right, now turn it off because we can hear. You gotta.
There's a delay.
No, yeah,
but,
you gotta mute. When you on mute that show because you gonna start listening to yourself and you gonna start dragging.
Okay, mute the show. Am I muting Facebook or Discord?
No. Oh, you on Discord too?
Yeah.
Oh.
See, what I'm seeing is I'm on Discord and Facebook. On Facebook, the language is the feed isn't matching with the words. There's like this big delay. So I'm confused.
All right, so mute the computer. What do you listen on Discord? Are you listening to both of them on the same thing?
Yeah, so I'm getting ready to mute it.
Because then you start listening to
Am I good now?
Yeah, you good.
Okay, now this is what I want to say. first off, I am very proud of you. I'm coming in on the conversation late. Don't know what the conversation is, and I apologize for that. But for me, like when you have Brother Kamasi on the program, and kudos to both of y'all and bringing that history back to the family. It just, I'm just right now. I'm just proud, you know, to see y'all's growth. You know, all of you. But one of the things I'd like to see, if you can, whenever or however, is the documentary that they did on your Rites of Passage group a few years back. Could you like post that somewhere? You know, because for me personally, I believe in documenting our history.
Right.
And I think people need to understand who we are, where we've been, you know, and who had a hand in all of that. But like for some reason, I was thinking Brother Elder Paul Hill was deceased, and he's not. You know, I got to be on a panel, listen to him on a panel of this young brother's documentary. But in saying all that, somewhere, somehow, we need to really have a library and document in terms of Columbus, Ohio, our journey, you know, when it comes to the Rites of Passage. Because there's a lot of brothers and sisters in this community that know nothing about where we came from and how we started. You know, and I think we needed to develop some kind of repository. So when we are no longer here, people can trace back to where we were, how we got there. And that's all I want to say.
And not have to start, not have to think they have to start from scratch.
Right, because I remember, I'm like let's, for instance, let's talk about the Rites of Passage training manual. Dr. Kelsey, created that. You know, but where is that document?
You know what? Doc might still have that.
Who?
Dr. Kelsey might still have that.
See, I had a lot of stuff on, what do you call it, the 3.5 quarter disc, but I can't access them.
What?
But we.
There are places where you can actually. You might be able to go to Staples.
For the Dodd camera.
Who?
Dodd camera.
Dodd, D-O-D-D?
Yep. Or you know what? You're going to laugh. You go to the thrift store and probably find something that'll take that.
Well, see, what's interesting, I have a computer that still does 3.5 and floppy. But it's down. So if there's any sisters or brothers out there that can help me with that, because I have documents. I'm a paper hoarder. I don't care what's online, because what's online can always disappear. We need hard copies to document our history.
Yeah, I'll be running They'll be like, Brother Hatim, I don't like that digital stuff. But hey, you know.
Yeah. Not even just that, because that stuff can be erased. It can truly be erased, you know. And we got Brother Dave Reed. He got knowledge. You know, Brother Bowie got knowledge.
Right.
We need to pull those pieces together.
Brother Bowie has this shit documented possibly for the last 40 years.
Wow, and then Brother Calfan, I mean, he's got the not videos but tapes or whatever you want to call it of the New Jack Scholars when y'all was on the radio. I mean,
well, I wasn't with them.
Folks need to know that,
right?
Folks, because for me personally, right now, this is just history repeating itself. You know, like a lot of folks don't understand or know about the Committee to Remember the Children. That was a group of black elders that shut down a levy, issue 39. We need to know that. And we had a momentum back then that we didn't galvanize. I'm looking at right now, this is a movement. How do we hold on to this movement and make this momentum? Let's keep it, because we've got history that documents what we did, how we did it, And we need to go back and capture some of that. Otherwise, we're going to lose. You know, everybody can jump on a bandwagon, but are we really going to do the work?
Uh-oh. There you go. Where do we go from here?
Yeah, where do we go from here? There is so much stuff out here on the internet. You know, like the George Floyd Justice Act that they're going to change to eventually, that the Congress is doing. A lot of that in that policy is what people on the streets have been asking for. No, it don't solve everything, but we got roadmaps. There's no reason why we should be creating anything from scratch. Our ancestors left stuff in writing. We need to go back and pull that stuff. We need to Sankofa on everything we do.
Sankofa on everything. That's stolen. She said, hold on, I'm about to text that out. Hashtag, hold on, Sankofa on everything we do. That's dope. On everything we do.
I'm done talking. I didn't mean to take up the program. Sorry.
No. This is our program. I don't have a program. This is Gye-Nyame Journey. One day I might have enough time and money to do the Hot Tim show, but right now I'm doing the Gye-Nyame Journey show. I'm sitting in this seat holding it for that next great one to come up and take it. That great one to come up and take it. I'm just sitting in the seat right now. Then maybe after that I'll be able to get a Hot Tim show and to get to, just to be an angry old man.
You know, I'm just glad you're doing what you're doing. You know, because I look at it like all of us came up through, a lot of us, through the African Center for Study and Worship, and it's just interesting seeing where we are now.
Word. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because we done moved it. I mean, it's almost online because one of the reasons I do a lot of stuff online, and you because it keeps so much bullshit down. I mean, I know we broadcasting all of our stuff, but it's so hard for some bullshit just to rise while we up online. You understand what I'm saying? It is.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Man.
I understand exactly.
So, but anyway, so we was talking now, Shaka, what was you? Cause you got something you want to add to that?
I'm chilling right now. Well, I'm multitasking, so I want to share the air.
Okay, cool. But now, Sister Antoinette, you are always welcome. Like I said, especially when we have lines open. When I open up the lines, it's literally an open line, and we go in a direction that that the family feel we need to go, and that's on all of the shows. Family, we try to broadcast about 9 times a week. I do a show every day to toast the ancestors, not always on time. Let's go there. Second, we do 2 evening shows. I got Folktale for Grown Folks, which will happen on Kujichagulia nights, and we have Tribal Quotes will happen on Ujamaa. If you don't know the days of the week, then you need to get with us, family. You need to get with us because this is what I'm going to stop doing. I'm no longer backtracking. So other people that want to backtrack with you and let you know what days I'm talking about, stuff like that, we on 4 years now. You know what I'm saying? So when you come, we don't have to adjust to you. You have to adjust to us. Because once again, we got to start laying out our borders. You know what I'm saying? Because what we have interlopers coming into our borders, and they come in, they take stuff because there's nothing guarding the border. So they come in, they could steal a hog, even though we don't eat pork. They could steal a cow. They could steal some chickens. They could steal a couple of kids. You know what I'm saying? They could move fence forward and say that we didn't have property there, because we don't have nothing marking the border. And all this I'm talking about can happen in the physical, it happens in the physical, it happens in the spiritual, and it happens in the mental. And we have to start erecting our borders so that people start knowing that when they're dealing with us, you're dealing with something that's very serious. Now, I'm hearing about a lot of movements. I'm hearing about a black political party. I'm hearing about I'm hearing about this whole Black Lives Matter shit. And the piece that I am becoming uncomfortable with is that all this shit become humanist shit. And I know I should make some people angry when I say this, and you should want to call in, because it becomes some humanist bullshit. Because anything that's for everybody is for nobody.
You right.
This is why we have to, like with Black Lives Matter, we got to keep it focused on black lives. Why? Because if black people get justice, then everybody else in this motherfucker is going to get justice. And that bothers people, right? But we skip around and we say, well, we want all of our brown and our yellow family and gay and the trans, boom, boom, boom. We're doing everything. But if we deal with the bottom line fact, if we deal with who's on a permanent bottom of this country, everybody else is going to get justice. That's all I'm saying. We got to keep it focused. We can't allow people to derail us, even those that look like us, because they ain't always for our good. They ain't coming with us in honesty, not really speaking in the sense that we have to keep it on us, because we don't direct our border. We allow anybody in. Anybody can say whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? All right, we at the Black Rallies March, and I feel like speaking up for cats. Guess what? I think the way we do cats is wrong. And I think we need to deal with that right now. All right, brother, we could go and put you in the write up. So we want Black Lives Matter, and we want all cats' lives matter too. No. You don't do politics like that. You don't do economics like that. But yet we continuously allow people to horn themselves in on what we're doing. Because we don't understand politics. We don't understand economics. We don't understand, even in our education system. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to think about this. Do you know, for example, everybody around the country right now supposedly is in love. They're in love with Juneteenth. Oh, Antoinette, you heard about that thing? Everybody is in love with Juneteenth.
Yeah, they're getting ready to what is it? Make it about money.
Right.
That's what it's going to be. It's going to be Juneteenth, and now going to be the new 4th of July. Now, it ain't going to have nothing to do with what Juneteenth is really about.
Exactly. Why? Because we're going to expand it. We're going to open it up. And I think we should open it up, but we need to be brutally honest about Juneteenth as well as Kwanzaa, because Kwanzaa coming next, and they're going, we need to, you know what I'm saying? And all that's cool, but we need to be brutally honest with our shit. Because if not, we're not giving true history. We're not giving true American history if we're not honest with this shit. Now, before we start kicking it, let's be honest with what Juneteenth is about. Juneteenth is about torture, it's about murder, it's about rape, it's about molestation, it's about all boom, 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 run down the whole list, run it down, boom, boom, boom. Now, if y'all still feel like kicking it, party time, goddammit. But I'm saying that to say this. Juneteenth is big all over the country right now. But I want us to be honest with why one of the reasons Juneteenth is not popping off in Columbus, because people don't know, well, some do, but we've been celebrating Juneteenth here since the early 90s.
Yes, sir. Right in there with Festac.
Oh, see, yeah, right. Now, we stopped celebrating because, in a sense, Juneteenth kind of, it overshadowed Festac, and it aligned more, how can I put it? It aligned more directly with us because Juneteenth was a direct reflection of what we went through here in America. Festac was a holiday that we transplanted from Africa, or a celebration that we transplanted from Africa, which is our root. But Juneteenth, it has a more direct link with us, right?
Sure.
Now, but this is the issue. What knocked Juneteenth out the box?
Good question. I got to think about that one. Tell us.
Because up to 5 years ago, maybe 5-6 years ago, Columbus police, because if I'm correct, Brother Mustafa had beef with Columbus police, and then what is another festival? The
Chinese festival.
No, the Chinese festival. I think the Chinese festival is before it, because we have to we compete with the Chinese.
It's before it, but
right.
They played that festival against us in terms of they were trying to say that Juneteenth was becoming violent. And they kept comparing Juneteenth to the Chinese festival, and the people that live in that community was pissed off that we was having Juneteenth in the first place.
Not the Asian, and then there's also the Hispanic, and it's the Hispanic fest that they let go of on that weekend as well?
Yep. And they moved that one downtown. And we was flocking to that, and we left Juneteenth.
Exactly. So once again, by us not allowing it to focus on us and allowing stuff to become, it didn't become our day no more. We didn't demand that shit, because we was just grateful for the little bit that they gave us.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, Brother Mustafa had beef with the police union as well. Which shouldn't have happened.
We didn't need to have the police, because what we could have did, we could have put in the FOI.
We could have, but in order to
secure that.
Now because me and Mustafa is tight. Mustafa would have been did that, but I don't think the city would allow him to go on and use the Franklin Park. See, because what we don't understand.
But that's the thing. It didn't have to be a Franklin Park.
But
we could have. I remember, because I've lived here all my life.
Right.
I remember how we used to have block parties. There's no problem with locking down some streets. It don't necessarily have to be in Franklin Park, but we still should be having it. Where, for me, as long as it's in the community, I'm fine. But it don't necessarily have to be Franklin Park. See, that's why I keep talking about, if we Sankofa everything and go back to look at what worked for us.
Right.
We have a much better, for me personally, we have a much better control of what we're doing when we're doing it in our community. That's just me.
I hear you. But like I said, Mustafa did a great job with it being at Franklin Park. But part of the issue with Franklin Park is that we couldn't bring the FOI in. We had to bring in the law. But you're right.
Which is fine, but I'm gonna tell you this.
No, I don't think that's fine. I don't think that's fine.
But we talking family, right?
Right.
This family talk. I had a problem because all of a sudden Juneteenth started becoming commercial. Then we got young people, up in there fighting. So for me personally, when we doing stuff, when we creating our own stuff, we should be taking care of. That should never have happened. That's why a lot of us, me included, stopped going to Juneteenth. Because based on the principles of quote-unquote Afrocentricity, none of that should have happened. So the question for me comes back, why did it happen? How was it able to happen? Knowing what we know, we should have been able to stop that from the get-go. But when our young people come into events that's supposed to be uplifting us as a community, and then there's violence, then that comes back on us.
Right.
What were we not doing correct?
There you go. And now that's the question that we deal with and move forward with, right? Because right now what we see is we see a bunch of people is like looking at this, and hopefully next year we'll be able to have, because what I liked about Juneteenth was it was citywide. It was like, boom, everybody was able to do. But like you said, a lot of us lost touch with it because some of the stuff that might have been going on might have not jived with us, so we got up and we went and did our own thing, which is cool. Or just come through and support, which is cool. But what we all got to do is understand. See, because how can I put it? Once again, that go back to that border thing. The young people that came in, who tribe they belong to? Who group did they belong to? Because obviously they ain't belong to the group that was running that Juneteenth, because that shit would have never happened.
So the question becomes
right.
So we go back to, like you say, control our borders.
Exactly.
You know, we should have, and because we've done it in the past, we should have had people on post.
True.
People on post would have spotted that stuff with a quickness, and they would have handled it.
That's true.
So I'm like, we go back to doing it. Then we need to go back to the lesson learned. Look at the pyramids. They are standing for a reason. Our ancestors had a plan. We got to develop a plan and follow it. We already know how people going to come at us. So we need to be 20 steps ahead of them. But me personally, we bring Juneteenth back, we better have people on post and snap that stuff real quick. Because how can we sit up here? I'm an elder now. I'm not a nation builder anymore. I'm an elder. Wow. But anyhow, you know, we need to pull in all aspects. The elders, the nation builders, the Watotos, all of that.
Right.
If we're gonna live what we teach, we got to do it.
No.
You know, and when we got people coming in, crossing our borders, we got to shut that stuff down.
And you know,
we got lessons. That's the thing. We have not learned our lessons.
Now, and this is the piece that I'm saying that we say at Gye-Nyame, we say, no one will respect your shit more than you, nor should they.
I'm like this. Y'all gonna bring Juneteenth back? I want to be at the table.
Well, hey, listen, because it's other groups out there. You know what I'm saying? And some of us got space, some of us don't. I mean, because I'm saying, because now with the technology the way it is now, we could do Juneteenth in about 5 spaces and keep them all connected. But hey,
I ain't got a problem with that. But again, we got to have a plan. A, B, C, D, and however we do, it might be 5 or 6 groups or whatever. We all got to be operating, me personally, from the same perspective, same and or similar. But the big thing we got to do is protect the borders. And if folks ain't willing to sit down at the table to protect the borders, you got to move them out the way.
Because they ain't part of the...
And call them out for who they are. See, we letting people put the word black up here, and ain't nothing black about them but they skin. You know?
Say that again. Say that again, please. Say that again.
I don't know what I said.
You said we're allowing people to be up here, and they ain't nothing but black in skin. They're not really black. And we got to understand that. Skin
ain't always kin.
Skin ain't always kin. And we got to remember that.
We got to follow that. I have been... How can I say? I have just been sitting back and watching, you know, and as an elder, I can no longer watch. You know, I'm ready to do work, but I ain't just gonna be working with anybody and everybody. Because if your heart ain't pure and sincere on what needs to be done about us and for us, I ain't got no holler for you. So I've just been laying in the background, just watching. You know, and some of us don't need to be at no table, and we need to call them people out.
That's a whole nother problem, though. It's a whole.
It's a whole nother problem, and it's been a problem for centuries.
Yeah.
But we got to hold fast to who we are, what we believe in, and keep it moving. And if you ain't right, we got to move you out the way.
And you know what that go with?
We scared to move folks out the way.
We scared to move folks out the way, and because we have been in a sense we're domesticated. We have been domesticated to be nice.
Yes.
You know, because
I'm part of this kumbaya.
You say you who?
I said, I'm tired of the kumbaya.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, the kumbaya, where the kumbaya getting us? Every time we have a movement that starts out about us, focusing on us, like you said, everybody gonna be taken care of. But we so busy trying to be politically correct. I'm tired of that. We got young people out here dying. We got elders. Ain't nobody helping them. You know, for me, where is the true village? I'm tired of talking. I'm so tired of talking. I remember when I was a part of the what can I say? I want to say the late '80s, early '90s waves. I saw a difference, and I'm asking myself, what happened to us? What happened to me? But we got to get off the pot, stop talking, and be about it. You know, for me, what is the legacy we are leaving to the young people in Columbus, Ohio? Who are we training up? How are we training them up? You know, for me, I know I let down folks. Am I ashamed of that? Yes, I am. But I'm ready to make a change. And we need to stop talking, y'all, and do it. You know, and another thing, too, I'm getting tired of seeing these signs talking about, I ain't my ancestor. Oh, yes, you are. Y'all didn't get here by yourself. And we need to stop allowing people to put the ancestors on some back burner. Y'all didn't get here by yourself. History repeats itself every 20 to 40 years, and right now we are repeating ourselves. We are back to the 60s. We are reliving the 60s right now.
Now with those T-shirts, what they don't know that they're doing, they are basically insulting their whole family line. I'm not my ancestors. I'm not my ancestors. So basically, I put my hands on you like we didn't have ancestors back in the day, knocking motherfuckers out. You know what I'm saying? This is part of the issue. Our children and many of us don't know our history. We don't know. Like for example, one of the issues that I have constantly is people talking about, well, we ain't never did this. We ain't never tried that. Everything that could be done in America, we have done. All to come together, as you said, all the kumbayaing, all the nation building, all the store building, all of the trying to get the lines to work together so that we could do this, all of the education, every aspect and every idea, as you said, we need to be able to go back and do some Sankofa. Everything that we're talking about, we done did. Yeah. And the only reason that it does not exist now is that through government sanctions, our West Asian friends, our West Asian enemies have come in and dismantled every last bit of it. Every last bit of it.
They've dismantled it, but the sad part about it, we've allowed it.
See, I even challenge you on that. Because many of our ancestors are not here because they didn't allow that shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm not. Well, what I'm saying is what's going on right now for me personally is, how can I say? We stopped fighting, but there were pockets who were fighting. But it's for me personally, we lost our way, some way, somehow. And for me, if we don't move and keep this momentum, our children are going to suffer. The generations behind us are going to suffer. And that's why I keep talking about documenting. And for me right now, I'm not really focused nationwide. I'm just talking about in Columbus, Ohio alone. When Kamasi was on the program Saturday, and he brought all that stuff back from how he got to be where he is, it did something to me. It lit a fire on me, and because I remember how powerful we were. We had a momentum in this city where we was kicking butts and not taking no names.
It's crazy.
We need to go back to that. We need to go back to that, because when I look at anybody, y'all can Google it, go to the Columbus Public Library's newspaper archives. Y'all need to study the Committee to Remember the Children. Like I said, it was a group of elders that galvanized around issue 39, which was the tax levy. the Columbus Schools won it. Also around the time that I can't remember his first name, last name was Etheridge. He was the superintendent. This group did two things. They galvanized this entire city to shut down that levy. It was not passed. And also got rid of Etheridge. It was, let me see, Sister Dr. Evelyn Lucky, Dr. Kelsey, Dr. Hamler, I think Stacy, I can't remember his last name, because I went to the meetings. And what they did, they all spoke as one. And to the Committee to Remember the Children was an arm of the Coalition of Concerned Black Citizens. What happened to that organization? We had a momentum. And we need to go back and fetch that momentum.
She said go back and fetch it.
They were on fire.
Now, for those that don't know what Sankofa is, once again, now, this is where you got to get into the culture. Sankofa, she said go back and fetch it. In order to fetch something, you got to approach it with a certain humbleness. Because you have been sent on a mission to get something to bring it back to somebody else. And in the literature, it says go back and fetch it. It ain't say go back and get it. It said go back and fetch it, which means you have to do it with a humble mind. Because remember, we talk about that a good student has to be humble. You know what I'm saying? You can't go into a classroom with your glass full because you can't get nothing from the teacher. You have to be able to be humble. Now, a lot of stuff, because now one of the things that I think that we really need to look at from the past is like what institutions have we been able to build that have been able to maintain, and why? Because what West Asians use is they use institutions. We fight as individuals, and as individuals, as you know, we get burnt out. But once we start forming institutions, right? Once we start learning how to form, or we have been doing it, but we have to look and start being able to take some of those skills that we've been using in other places and translating them into different spaces, so that when Antoinette get tired or Hatim get tired, somebody, another Antoinette, another Hatim, or another Kwame can rise up and do it, because those in a sense become like positions in a machine. So what you're doing, somebody else could go on and do it because they're part of a living organism. It's not necessarily an organization, but it's an organism. So we know that the leg just got taken out. So now this organism got to either adjust or we got to grow a new leg. And we know the positions that we have. See, and this is what I was talking about, far as I'm looking at religions differently than I ever did, because one of the books that I heard Brother Greg Carr talk about was a book called The Family. And I'm encouraging all of y'all to look at that book. Why? Because it kind of helps you get a true perspective of possibly how we stop looking at our stuff. Or maybe, or how we compare, because like, for example, The Family is about a religious organization that don't look at religion for moral direction. They look at religion as a power source, a thing to bring power so that they can build the world, so that so they can bring the world under control, so that they can construct how people live. We look at religion and we look at our spirituality as some moral shit. It's just moral. It just helps us with moral development. It don't help us with power. And I got to ask a question, family. What good is anything in our lives that don't bring power? Even the way we look at love don't bring us power. The bottom line issue that we need to be fighting and nation building for, and nation building towards, is power.
Yep.
Because with power, you're able to shape reality. You're able to shape with the schools. You're able to shape the education in the schools. You're able to shape how the city's designed. You're able to shape all these things. We're looking to be morally fixed, like something is wrong with us. You're human. You're going to fuck up. But it's okay. And we're looking at all these things, and we're not looking at them on how we get power collectively. That's it. But look, I was supposed to be at work maybe about 2 hours ago. But hey, I'm about to get up. But I will be on tonight at 9 p.m. Family. And so be sure to tune back in. I'm gonna get to where I'm going, and I'm gonna put on some reruns, some Digi TV from some old folk tales for grown folks, and I'm gonna try to find some videos and put them on for y'all. But yo, family, Sister Antoinette, I want to thank you. Brother Shaka, I want to thank you. Whoever, Brother Kwame, I know you out there. Sister Janice, I want to thank you for joining us. Now, I'm trying to figure out how to leave our timeline alive so that you can still hit it up and it will hit me up. Because some of this stuff, I want us to be able to have continuous conversations about. And always remember, you don't have to agree with me. I just want you to think. And we don't even have to get along. We might even argue. We might even fall out. But just think. Because our enemy are not thinking. They're just following orders. And that's the separation between a soldier and a warrior. A warrior follow orders. A soldier follow orders. A warrior is able to think. So we could give the warrior the objective and be like, how you going to complete it? Now, when a warrior runs into a soldier, who you think going to win? The soldier just gotta solve the problem the way he was told to. The warrior can manipulate and do his damn thing. This is what we're trying to develop warriors. I ain't trying to develop no goddamn bots. So you ain't got to agree with me. You ain't got to like me. All we got to understand is that we on the same side, and we got to make sure some shit happen or our kids is going to suffer. Not on my white star. But yo, this is Brother High Tim. I want to remind you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Media. My fault. The home. I want to welcome you to the home of whatever. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I got to use the bathroom. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. It's a Heart of a Simba production. We strive to blow up your old paradigms. I'm out. Hey. All right, there we go.
To have melanin embedded in our skin is a gift.
Oh my gosh, when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black? Too strong? Yeah.
We were born to be great.
Oh my gosh, when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black?
We were born to be great.
AYIMBUBE is an acronym, Mind, Body, and Universal Balance Empowerment Institute. It is also Zulu. It means lion, of course. With that, we're working with resiliency. We're working with trauma-informed care. With all of the mind-body connections that we need to not only address so many of our ills, but also to heal from them.
There's no one giant step that does it. It's a lot of little steps. Author unknown. How do you regulate?
Yoga, meditation, and Bube. Mind, body, universal balance, empowerment. We're waiting for you. How do you regulate?